Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Insufficient Friends. I'm Kevin. She's Stevie.
Hi.
Steve, how's it going?
Good.
It's been a little while.
Yeah.
Because we talked
for
about
us,
this.
It has.
We haven't, if you guys have been listening, we've talked about it on the last two episodes, but we haven't actually seen each other or recorded one since Christmas, and it's the 13th of January. So it's been almost 3 weeks since we last recorded an episode, something like that.
Yeah.
And I know Steve's had a lot happen. I have not had anything happen. But Steve's had a lot going on. And you went on vacation. You moved. How's everything going? How are you liking? You're in St. Louis now. How are you like St. Louis?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, obviously, we were only here for a day or so before we left for vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first couple days were really just moving things in and trying to get organized. And this past week, I did a little more organizing, but I actually got had a little cold, so I kind of just took the time to rest because who knows the next time I'll be able to just sit in bed for a couple days.
Yeah.
So I took advantage of that. But I'm definitely getting my footing. It's very cold right now, but up until today, I was going on walks and runs out in my new neighborhood because it's pretty nice and I like the area.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, getting acquainted with that. There's a collage factory really close to our apartment.
A what?
So, a what?
A what?
Collage? Do you know what collage is?
No, never heard of that.
It's popular in St. Louis.
Okay.
They're like little bakeries and they do like croissants and stuff, but collage is like basically it's like a roll. Think of like a Texas Roadhouse roll.
Mm-hmm.
But inside you can put like they make like bacon and cheese, or they do like pepperoni pizza and there's like little pepperonis inside of them. Like you can basically tear them open, and so they do like eggs and sausage, or you can get like brisket, you can get ham and cheese, you can get like spinach artichoke, and there's all these different things that they like put inside them basically. So we got that this morning. We got a couple of them. And I'm definitely looking forward to trying the new like places around me.
Yeah, well, that's fun. That's good. Yeah. I'm glad you're having fun. How was your vacation? Of course, I'm a Disney nut, and I know you went to Disney, so you know.
There's a couple things like, of course, like we were thinking of you on the trip because.
Okay.
Well, there's some moments where, because like I told Will and Suzanne, his mom, who went with us. I like told them that you went there by yourself for 2 weeks. And there was just a few times where like they'd be like, he was doing this all by himself. And like I know you met up with some friends at certain points, but for the most part I'd say
I spent one day I spent like a half a day with a friend in one of the parks. And everything else was just me, yeah.
Yeah. But that's just how you live your life.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
So I think it's just different for people to comprehend that. But you were right about the walking, I have to say. I really didn't think it would affect me.
Oh, it's so much walking.
Our first full day there. So now that I kind of am more familiar, I can like explain better to you where we stayed and like what we did. So we stayed at Aventura.
Okay.
And sometimes we would water taxi depending on the line. Most of the times we were just walking to Universal anytime we wanted to like eat or when we went to Universal. So we did... So the first full day we're there. Well, let me start from the top. So we get there. I did not pack well.
Okay.
For this.
Why?
I packed because I'm a cold girl.
Yeah.
And I looked up temperatures and it was like 60s and 70s every day. So I brought like jackets, but I brought like skirts, like walking, like tennis skirts, like sports skirts.
Yeah. But in the morning it can get cold.
And at night.
Yeah. And at night it can get
really
cold.
Freaking cold. And it's all like. There's water everywhere, especially at Universal, it's even chillier by the water. So our first night, I wear like a little sweater and shorts.
Okay.
And it's like 6 p.m. Our reservation was at 7. So I'm a little chilly. I was not happy with my decisions there, but oh well, what can you do? So our first night, we walk to Universal and we went to Hard Rock Cafe. Just biggest Hard Rock Cafe in the world, right?
Okay.
What are the odds? The table they sit us at is like right by all like the Beatles stuff. And
Okay.
I loved that. I thought
Well,
that
that's
was so
good.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like sent a picture to my dad and of course had to show him. So that was fun. And then we walked back and then the next day was our first full day. And you're just on your feet so
Mm-hmm.
long.
Yep.
You're waiting in lines, even though we did have express passes at Universal, which I was very thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't at Disney, but I'll get into that. It was still fine. Um, so we're at Universal all day long. I'm not good with the names of the rides, but we do a Harry Potter ride that was like you're in it's like what's the game that they play in Harry Potter with the
Quidditch.
little yeah, it's like a big game of
Yeah.
Quidditch.
Okay.
Quidditch. And so we do that, and then we did
That's the one in the castle, right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's in Hogsmeade, not Diagon
Yes,
Alley.
that's in Hogsmeade. Yeah.
Yeah, so we started it in Dogsmeade, and then we did a pretty I mean, it was for me it was really fun. I don't know how Will's mom felt about it, but I really like roller coasters. We did it was a Jurassic Park one,
The
Velociraptor maybe?
Velocicoaster. Yeah. That one's
Velocicoaster.
brand new. Yeah.
Yeah, loved that ride. That was amazing. And then we got butterbeer. I had two butterbeers and they
I
were
didn't like. I
delicious.
didn't like butterbeer.
Oh, I
I
thought it was
tried it.
so
I didn't
good.
like it because it's butterscotch, and I didn't like the butter. I just didn't.
Oh,
It was
I
too much.
loved everything about it. I'm like trying to figure out how to make it.
I'm sure there's recipes out there.
And so I have to say, for someone who's not really a Harry Potter fan, I still got it, and I could tell how cool it was.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a really
And
cool
so,
area. It's really well done for sure.
yes. Um, Personally, I felt a little nerdy for this, but I love Dr. Seuss. I didn't know there was Dr. Seuss World
Yeah.
right next to Harry Potter World.
Yeah. Seuss
So
Landing.
yeah,
Yeah.
at the end of our adventure, so we did Hogsmeade and then we went right to Diagon Alley
Hmm.
and just did another ride. It was kind of similar. It was like a more of like a simulator ride, but it was Harry Potter themed still. I think it was like the one in the bank.
Oh
You
yeah,
go in the
Gringotts. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that. And then the line, I guess the really, really popular ride is the Hagrid's,
Hmm. Yep.
but you can't use Express Pass.
Nope.
So, Will's mom really, really wanted us to do that. But what ended up happening was after Diagon Alley, we took the train to Diagon Alley and then we took the train back.
Hmm.
That little like Harry Potter train.
Yep.
Oh, also, before I forget, after Diagon Alley, we kind of walked around that part of Universal. And Will and I did the Simpsons ride.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've heard anything about the Simpsons ride. That's the
Yeah.
worst ride I've ever been on in my entire life. Save your money, save your time. Don't do the Simpsons ride. It was the dumbest thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah. It's something.
It was so pointless. I was so mad.
It used to be a Back to the Future ride.
Well, I heard like that they're turning the whole area into like a Pokemon thing and not Simpsons anymore.
Oh, I don't have a clue about that. I don't know.
That could, yeah, but that's the rumor. That's the word on the street. Oh, we did before we left that part of Universal. We did um Rockin'.
Rip Ride Rocket.
Yes.
Yep.
You get to pick a song to listen
Hmm.
to.
Yep.
Thought that was super cool. That was probably my favorite ride,
What
just because I like roller coasters.
what song did you listen to?
The options were very limited. It was like five genres, and then each genre had like one option. I picked like a rap song by Kendrick
Okay.
Lamar.
So you can actually there's secret songs on that. And there's a
Oh,
way to get them. You have to like there's a list out there that you can find. You have to know the code. It's like a 4-number sequence, and you have to do a certain thing when it pops up, and it will play different songs. So you can actually do like Rainbow Connection from the Muppets, and there's several different hidden songs or
huh.
secret songs that you can do on there as well. But you have to go through that whole process to do it.
That's definitely like I would just rather not go through that to get the song. Like that it's such a quick experience. Like I don't even think it really matters at the end of the day. So that but
It doesn't.
of course that exists. Um so then we after the Rip and Roar ride, rock and whatever, we went back and let me just say,
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm not like a Harry Potter fanatic, so maybe this is a hot take. That little train ride
Yeah.
The line for that, I mean, we had Express Pass. We probably still waited an hour just to get on that train
Mm-hmm.
back
Yeah.
to the other park. D- It was probably a mile away. Like we could have just walked back.
Yeah, it's not even a mile.
Not even.
No.
So that I was like, knowing that now, if I went back, I wouldn't take the train. That was just absurd to me.
Yeah, the train is it's a very Harry Potter thing. Like
Yeah,
it's very much made for people that are fans. I mean, you know,
right.
it's not even a real train, so
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, now that we've done all these things, of course, there's stuff I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't do that again. But I'm glad I did it, so I know.
yeah.
So we go back to Hogsmeade and we leave, and I'm begging to do like what the Dr. Seuss ride that just like kind of shows you around. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yep.
very slow,
Yep.
but it like gives you a little tour, and there's like a Dr. Seuss poem is being spoken to you as you ride it.
Mm-hmm.
So fun. That was like one of my highlights. I loved that. I love Dr. Seuss.
Okay. That's an interesting one to have as one of your highlights.
So after that, it was probably like 2:30-ish in the afternoon. And we were like, let's go take like a 2 hour nap. And then we're going to come back for dinner. And we're going to try to do Hagrid's ride.
Okay.
And I take my nap. My head's pounding. My legs are hurting so bad. Like I couldn't imagine walking anymore
You
after
took
I had laid down.
you took a break. That's the problem. You
Right.
can't
It
take a
truly
break. You
was.
have to keep
It
going.
truly was. So I go, hey guys, love y'all. I'll get dinner and I'm heading back after. Like, I don't think I can stand in line for, because the Hagrid's ride, we'd be there. They ended up waiting for like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, which I think it was their favorite ride. Like, I get the hype, but I don't think there was anything in that world at the moment that I could have waited on my feet for another hour and a half for. So I just chose to sit out. So they went
Okay.
and waited for Hagrid's ride, and I just went back to the hotel. But we ate at Margaritaville, very fun. Restaurants at Universal,
Mm-hmm.
probably as well. Oh yeah, actually it is in Disney because we did eat at Disney once. You can have a reservation, and you could still be waiting. It's wild
Yeah.
how packed they are. I
Yeah.
mean, also I was told this was like abnormally busy for this time of year.
Okay.
Apparently, someone that was like there, someone that lived in Florida and was like there all the time said that the week that it's normally really busy between New Year's and Christmas, like no
Mm-hmm.
one was there.
Okay.
And so I'm wondering if it all trickled over into that week that we were there
That's possible.
because everyone was saying it was just out of like absurdly busy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know when you go to a lot of these places, and I don't know how Universal is, but when I went to Disney, I went at the slow time of year. Actually,
Right.
this time last year was when I went. It was the slow time of year, and I still found restaurants that didn't have reservations when I tried to make them 60 days in advance. So, yes, their
Mhm.
restaurants are extremely packed a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Universal is the same because I know I did go to Universal and eat at one Universal restaurant, one of the popular ones in the park, and I just got the reservation that day. So,
Yeah. We were able to get reservations, no problem, but it seemed like we'd get to the place, right?
mm-hmm,
And then, well, there was just one big line of people that had reservations and people that didn't, that were just trying to like get, see how long the wait would be, whatever.
mm-hmm,
So we try to like go off to the side and be like, hey, can we check in for our reservation? And they check us in, but then we'd still be like waiting off to the side in another line full of people that also had reservations.
hmm,
It was just, I mean, it was anywhere we went, it was so busy. But all the food was, I mean, amazing, impeccable.
that's good.
Um, and then so that was our full day. And then we took a break day where we went and looked at the other hotels
Mm-hmm,
in the pools. We looked at the Italy one, which I loved.
yeah,
We ate there in the Hard Rock Hotel. We went to the pool there. And then we ate dinner at a sushi place, Cowfish,
mm-hmm, yep,
at Universal.
yep,
And then second day was a Disney, or our second full day was Disney, and We started at
Well, I saw you went to.
Hollywood
Yeah, I saw you went
Studios.
to Hollywood Studios and Epcot, or the two that you went, or if
Yes.
you only went to two, those are the two that you went to.
Right. Yes. And Hollywood, we had a reservation at like the Star Wars like bar.
Oga's
I don't know what
Cantina.
it's called. Yes, the cantina.
Okay.
It was so funny. The only reservation we could get was at 8 in the morning,
Mm-hmm. That place is
but
super busy.
we wanted drinks.
Yep.
So we were drinking
You're
cocktails at
you're
8
on
in the
you're
morning.
on vacation. You just do
I
whatever,
know.
whatever. Yeah.
I know. But that was cool. And like I told my dad this already, but that's a place like my new goal is to like take us on a trip, stay at the Hard Rock Hotel because he loves rock and roll and loves music, and take him to Hollywood to see Star Wars because that was another thing where it's like I'm not really into it, but I could tell for someone who is, that must just be like
It's a
heaven on earth.
it's a cool area. Like it's a
Yeah.
cool area of the park, and so is the Harry Potter areas. They're all well done, very
Mhm.
well themed, and very immersive.
Right. Yes. Immersive. Great, great word. And everyone's so in character. Um, and then we went on another, it was like another rock and roll themed ride. It
Rock and
was
roller
in
coaster. Mm-hmm.
Hollywood. Yeah.
Yep.
Rock and roller coaster. Super fun. We went in the single rider line, so that was nice because it just flew by. Like there was not as many people. And then, oh my gosh, God bless Will. He wanted to do, well, I mean, we all wanted to do it, but we did the ride at Star Wars that's like it's like a 10-minute long experience, but you end up,
Rise of the Resistance.
I think so.
Yeah. When you
Like you
walk into
start,
like the big room with all the stormtroopers
yeah.
and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
if
Yeah.
you're in there with like 40 people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We did that. And I'm glad we did. It was a very, once again, very immersive, but we waited in line for 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be a
We
long
did
time, especially when
not
it's busy.
have fast passes for that. And I was getting kind of, have you waited in that line before?
I waited in that line one day because I bought it to pay. I paid for it to do it the other days that I went. One of the days that I went, I did wait in a line, and it was actually shorter than what it was supposed to be. We only waited like 45 minutes.
Oh, nice. I don't like I know there's exits that you could leave out of at any time in the
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
line,
you can
but
leave
something
anytime.
about it is just this very long line that's in these kind of somewhat like small rooms
Yeah.
that you're going through the whole time. And I just kept thinking like if someone had to leave or like if we like all had to turn around for some reason, it would be a catastrophe. And I don't know. I was just getting a little claustrophobic in that line.
Hmm.
But the ride was cool. Um,
Did you ride the Tower of Terror, the big elevator
no,
drop
it
ride?
was so we got in line to ride it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was gonna be like probably a little over an hour, and we're like, okay, that's fine. And then they're like, hey everyone, only one of the it's like half working basically.
Oh, only one of the towers was working. Yeah, only one of the drops was working.
So this wait time is actually doubled.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we were like, let's just see. Well, maybe people will get out of line now and we'll wait like 20 minutes and just see where we're at. And we just hardly moved.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, and once again, keep in mind, we did not have fast passes for this day.
Yep.
Meanwhile, so me and Will were waiting there, and Suzanne went to go ride. It was like a Mickey and Minnie Mouse ride. Do you know what I'm talking
Oh yeah,
about?
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
In
Yes.
like the center.
Mm-hmm. In the
Um,
Grauman's Theater. Yep.
her ride was about like when we left her there to go to Tower of Terror, she didn't want to ride Tower of Terror. We didn't just like leave her. But when we dropped her off at her ride,
Mm-hmm.
there was like a 40-50 minute wait.
Yeah.
And she texts us like 20 minutes later saying she's done. And we're like, how did that happen? And like she said there was just like a big commotion at one point and she just went in the express line. But she didn't know. She was just like, oh, I think this is, I don't know, this is where I'll go. And then she came out and she saw the entire actual line and she realized she had not waited in the right line. So she got like a free little
Well,
express ride.
good for her, I guess.
I know, but we were like, wow, I wish we could do that.
Yeah. I did that every day and paid for that service so that because it is a
Yeah,
paid service just like Express Pass at Universal is. But
right. I'd have to go. I'd have to, if I went again, I'd have to get that.
yeah, I get that.
Um, and then we took the Sky
Mm-hmm.
Line
Yep.
thing to Epcot. And another place I need to take, like, I want to take my dad. I want to take my grandparents. I know it's not. I don't know. It felt a little weird because like going in Epcot where you drink around the world and like you see all these places that are modeled after these countries. Part of me was like, well, I'd rather just go to the country, but also it's pretty authentic.
Yeah.
It's like as authentic as you can get being in America.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So we went to Italy. We had like a early dinner, late lunch in Italy, and it was just it was so good. And I didn't realize all the employees at those countries are actually from those countries.
Yep.
So that was amazing. And it was just beautiful. Like Germany was beautiful. Everything was so Ireland. And then, Mr. Valble, we go through the UK.
Okay. Yeah.
And we mentioned, I don't know if we said it on here, if you told me like off camera, but when I was talking about the Disney trip, I said, I want to meet Alice.
Yeah. Alice is in Epcot.
That's all I want to do. You did not say that.
I'm pretty sure I said that.
No, you did not. You said, well, if you're just walking around, like you might see some characters.
I'm pretty sure I told you Alice was in Epcot.
We need to run it back because
I'll have to find it. We'll talk about it next week. I'll have to find it. I'm pretty sure I told you Alice was in Epcot.
If you said that, you also said, well, a lot of the characters are in Magic Kingdom.
The majority, yeah, there's a lot of characters in Magic Kingdom, yes. If you want to see the princesses, most of them are in Magic Kingdom. There are some scattered around World Showcase, though, because
Belle was in France, obviously.
Belle was in France. Snow White meets in Germany. The Frozen girls, the Frozen sisters meet in...
None of them were there.
They are. They're in a building in Norway.
We went there, and they were not there. We went late.
They may have already been finished for the day, yeah.
But Snow White and Frozen's were not there.
They may have been done for the day then.
Yeah. But, so anyway, we're walking through, and I just was at peace with like, okay, we're not going to probably meet any princesses because... And Alice isn't really a princess, but she's still like...
You like Alice.
And to me, it's like in the same category. And we're leaving the UK, and I hear Will go, Stevie, look. And I turn, and there's just this little cottage, and there's Alice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my gosh. But I kind of was like, well, I'm not going to ask these two adults that I'm with to wait in this line full of kids. And they insisted.
Yeah.
They insisted.
Why not?
Because, like, we had reservations. We had stuff to do. I didn't know how long. Like, we've been waiting in lines all day. I didn't think they'd want to wait in line, but they sure did. Not only did they wait in line, they both recorded me and took pictures of me as I met Alice. And I had my little signature book with me that she signed for me.
Did you get any other signatures, or was that it? Just Alice?
That was really the only person I saw.
Okay.
Because we didn't go. I mean, we went to... I guess I could have gotten, like, someone from Star Wars a signature, but I just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
That was really... We only really saw Star Wars characters, and then we went to Epcot. So, that was about it. But I was very, very happy. We got drinks in France, Mexico, Italy... And I think that's it. And then we rode the crash test ride. I think it used to be like Crash Dummy.
Yeah, it did.
But now it's like you like build your car.
Mm-hmm.
And I might have to like... I don't know how I could do this. If maybe I could share my screen or something. But I have a picture I want to show. Maybe I could like email it to myself. I don't know. But basically... Can you see it? So that's Will when he was a kid on the crash test dummy ride waiting in line. And then he kind of like remade it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
As an adult this past time that we were there.
Okay.
And I just thought that was funny.
Okay.
And then the day we left,
we
didn't do any parks, but we went to Chocolate Emporium.
Oh, yeah.
In Universal for a lunch. Honestly, as someone with a sweet tooth...
Was it too much?
It was just like very mediocre.
Okay. Interesting.
Because
I've heard that place is very good, but I haven't been there.
The food, because we got lunch, so we got actual food. Mm-hmm. The food was fine. I got like a French onion soup, which, full circle. I liked that. I don't think Will cared for his meal. I think Will's mom was like, it's fine. When we were waiting, we were walking around and looking at just like all the truffles and stuff they were selling, and all that looked amazing.
Okay.
But for dessert, we got a chocolate souffle or a chocolate creme brulee,
Okay.
and it was fine. I thought it was fine. Nothing spectacular. And I got one of those shakes, which I kind of regret it. I wish I would have gotten like a sundae or something with just, I don't know. The shake was just like I could get a vanilla shake anywhere. Obviously, it had all that stuff on it,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Hmm.
I wasn't blown away. And I had like really high expectations because I'm a dessert girl.
Yeah. We
No.
know you have a big sweet tooth.
Yeah. But
But you
that was
had
the
fun.
trip.
But you had fun.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yes. Very true.
And you were only there for 3 I thought you guys were going to be there for longer than 3 days, I guess.
Well, we got there on a Tuesday. We left on a Saturday. But we only had 3 full days that we were there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was there for 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
So a little different.
I was there for a little bit longer, but I just spent more time in each of those places and didn't, that was all it was.
Hmm.
It's really not that much different. You got to do a lot of stuff, so it sounds like, and you had fun, so that's all that matters. And you got to meet Alice.
Right. So I could have literally sat in a room for the rest of the trip and been happy. That was all I needed.
Oh, man. Okay, so you did that. Have you done anything? Have you been doing anything else? Have you got everything unpacked? You got moved?
Yeah, I mean we're unpacked. We're still in the search for a couch, and I think once we have that, it'll really feel like
Your
okay,
place?
we're
Okay.
living here. Yeah, because it's like we can't really hang out in the living room right now, which I would prefer if we could.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
it's a new year,
Mm-hmm.
2024.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do resolutions.
Me either.
You don't really do resolutions, but you wanted to come up with was it 5 things we want to try, not
Yeah.
necessarily this year, just sometime.
Or just yeah, maybe things like that we've been thinking about, things we've already done, just something that maybe will if we have a new experience this year, what might that be?
Okay?
So you came up with yours?
I did, kind of ish.
Okay. Would you like to say one
So,
first or do them all?
I don't really care how you want to do this.
Go ahead and just
Um,
say one.
okay. One of mine is I would like to try to spend more time with friends.
Oh yeah,
Because I don't
totally.
feel like I mean, I work a lot. We know this. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'd like to try to spend a little more time with friends and doing things with friends.
Yeah, I agree. I think you should too. I feel like
What
ours
about
are going to be a little different.
okay? Okay? Well, what's one of yours then?
My number one is, well, I have two that relate to cooking,
Mm-hmm.
but one's more specific is I want to make bread. Like I want to make sourdough at home.
Okay.
I want to get into that. And I see people, have you ever seen the videos where they like take a blade and they like cut the top of it before they cook
Yeah.
it and then that's how that gets those designs? Yeah, I want to get into that.
Okay.
And then another one, this is kind of a two-parter. I want to just make more baked goods, like stuff that's more intricate and not just like cupcakes or brownies or something. Like
Okay.
actually make special things.
So you want to start making like nicer, fancier things, different
Yeah,
things. Okay.
kind of get more into it.
Okay. I would like to travel more. I'd like to go more places. Um, Problem is money.
Right. Money and
But
time.
money and time is the big thing. But I'd like to travel a little more. We'll see if it happens.
Totally. Totally. I would like to get into making like different flavors of ice.
Okay.
And then
Like
like
popsicles?
yes, but like in ice trays and for the purpose of like putting them in a like
A
pouring like
drink.
sparkling water over them and
Okay.
having like a fun drink. Like
Okay.
rose
Yeah,
or
I've
like
seen those.
cucumber ice cubes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, these
And then
aren't.
I could have like a bunch of different options when like for sparkling water or for like cocktail or anything like that.
Yeah, these aren't at all the same. Anywhere close to
No.
it. Um. Okay. Um. I'd like to spend a little more time outside, outdoors.
That's a
I
good
don't know
one.
what I'm gonna do, but
Hmm.
doing more stuff outdoors.
Yeah. Mine that kind of, I want like to relate it to that. I want to go on like longer walks or
Mm-hmm.
runs and find places in town that I could go like not hikes, like it doesn't need to be like up, but just like really like long walks. I want to do that more.
Okay, that's good.
So we're kind of on the same page there to what that's like three.
Yeah, I I don't really know. There's not anything that I can think of
Mm-hmm.
other than that, like a lot. But I mean, yeah, that's about it. Probably. I don't know that I have anything else, Steve. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I'm a terrible co-host.
Well, no, but you've had time.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have it a couple of days, but I don't. There's not really that much I can think of that I want to. That I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do this. It all boils down to just a couple things. That's the.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I
I guess
I
mine
had
weren't
like
mine weren't as specific. They're more like
true.
all
Yeah.
encompassing.
Yeah. I mean, obviously like I want to like gain the confidence at this new job and get acquainted with this new city, but those are like those are kind of more like I have to do those things or
Yeah, I mean, you live there, so
like
that's kind of something you have to do.
they're more survival skills than like ooh, a fun little hobby I want to take up.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to try to get my fifth one. I want to get into like growing herbs or plants.
Okay.
We have a little on our balcony. There's like
A little
a
garden
left,
thingy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was like left behind. So I want to, when spring rolls around, have some stuff locked and loaded that we can plant and hopefully use it if we can use it. Great.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you were in Florida. You talked about it being cold down there. I'm sure you're
Chili.
I'm sure you're loving this.
Yeah, it's well, it just isn't even like you can't even walk or you can't even do anything.
No, it's so cold outside.
It's awful. I don't think and even people who say they prefer the cold don't mean
No,
this.
this is I prefer the cold. This is miserable.
Yeah, exactly. I tried to go for a run and I did a mile, but I literally was like my face hurt. I was wearing layers, but it was still felt like the wind was like going up my sleeves
Mhm.
and it just I couldn't like get away from it. It was awful.
I was getting ready to go to work this morning and I decided that the birds were lying to me because I heard them chirping outside the window. And
Oh
I'm just
wow.
like, I think of birds chirping in like spring, and it's like,
Yeah,
somewhere between 40 and 60 degrees outside, not they're out there chirping and it's 5 degrees. Just,
right. That's wild.
yeah, just screw you, birds. But,
They
yeah.
did that.
Anyway, I think that's pretty much time for. We've had 3 weeks to watch this
I was gonna
movie.
say it's been a while.
Um, I had never seen Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I'm surprised by that.
I had never, for some reason, seen it. I've never seen the other ones, any of them. The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, nothing.
Hmm.
I liked the movie, and I'm going to have to watch the other two now
Yeah.
because this one irritated me a little bit because it ends like on a cliffhanger. It doesn't
Yeah.
end, and I'm like, how? I mean, I know it's a movie and there's three of them, but usually if you have a movie, it still has like even the ones with sequels and things, they have an ending. Like they stop somewhere. And this one just kind of is like, oh yeah, okay, here's where we're gonna end it. We're just gonna end it here.
Right. Right.
But I did like it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah. I definitely it's an interesting genre because even though it is somewhat of like an action movie, it's still very fantasy
Oh,
and
it's very fancy, yeah.
I like fantasy. I like little worlds where I can kind of watch a movie and imagine it's like I like looking at it and being like, oh, this isn't on Earth. Like I can kind of escape for a minute. And I really like the little Hobbit houses.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those are my favorite. I want to live in one. I want to be a Hobbit when I'm in retirement.
Okay.
And that's my biggest takeaway when I watch those movies. I love the Hobbits. I really love Frodo. I really do love Frodo and watching his journey. It's a fun adventure
It
story.
is. It's a really good story, and it is a fun adventure. Um,
Yes.
I was expecting it to have like, I was expecting them to get somewhere, and for the people who haven't watched it, which that's why we do a spoilers thing. It just ends like
Right.
they're going to destroy the ring in Mordor. That's the whole point, and it ends when they see Mordor. Like they don't even get there,
Right.
and it's just that's the end. And I'm just like, well, what the heck? Like, where are we? Why are we stopping now?
Well,
But I know it was already 3 hours long, but even still, I just thought it was a weird way to end it.
I think it was like designed more as like
It's made to be like three
part two
movies. Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. But it just was, I don't know. I did like it, and I will watch the other ones though. So it's not
Well,
something
good.
that I just have to take the time to do it. But anyway, what what are we watching next week? Because I haven't had a
I
thought to
have
look
no
at this.
idea. I don't have the list in front of me anymore.
No, you don't have the list in front of you. Well, what type of movie do you want to watch? Anything in
Something
particular?
short.
Huh?
Something short.
Something short. Well, I don't really know. Then.
I mean, really, anything is fine. I have I really truly have no idea what this next week is going to look like for me. I will try to watch the movie like tomorrow or Monday since it's a holiday.
Yeah. Um, we didn't plan this very well. This isn't really good podcast slash videoing, is it?
I mean, we don't have to decide right now. We've done it before where we just figure it out later.
Yeah, that's true.
Just pick
Okay.
something
Um,
if you want. We could do Star Wars.
we could do
It's
Star
been
Wars. That works. We can do Star Wars.
that's been topic of conversation today.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll do Star Wars, and then yeah. So hope you guys had fun. This has been our first one back in a while, and we'll
I hope it sounds okay.
yeah, we're gonna have to work on Stevie not maybe holding the computer next time because it's moving around a lot. But
Oh.
we'll get there. And hope you guys had fun. We did. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.